All right, here we are. Got Catherine Dietrich here, Greg Dickey, personal trainer here at Fit 406 Boot Camp. I'm about to put Kat through the ringer. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be implementing exercises and a structured workout that will not only get you out of the door quick, but you'll be able to do with little to no equipment. The only things that you'll need for our chest and back specific exercise today is number one, the fuel inside your heart, and two, either a set of light dumbbells, whatever you've got at home. If you're not, that's totally fine. I'm going to show you guys here in a second how to use resistance bands as well. Common misconception about resistance bands is they don't offer as much resistance, but with this algorithm and this format, I'll talk as we progress while Kat's using the dumbbells. I'll demonstrate how to use the actual bands themselves for essentially the exact same exercise that Kat's going to end up doing. Kat, how you feeling today?
Ready.
You ready to breathe?
Yeah.
Ready to get after it? So just to tell you guys real quick, everything that we're going to do, the time frame you guys can see, I know it's a little off center, but this is just going to help you keep track and keep your track time down as we progress. Even though it's backwards for you guys, you'll be able to hear the dings and the clicks, be ready to go. But our time frame, it's going to be about a 20-minute workout. We're going to go 40 seconds on, 40 seconds of activity, 10 seconds of rest. We're going to do two exercises, a chest exercise and a back exercise. And we're going to superset, meaning going back and forth between those exercises 4 different times, 8 intervals in themselves. So you just, not 8. Kat doesn't want to do 8. So 40 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And before we actually get into the workout, I really want to talk about that 40 seconds because yes, it is a long allotted amount of time. However, this isn't necessarily to push you to that exact 40 seconds of these intervals. If you have to stop at 10 seconds, awesome. 15, 20, if you can get all the way to 40 with a modified specific exercise, or if you're a beast like Kat and you can hit every single 40-second interval, then get after it. But time isn't necessarily to intimidate you. It's just to get you to the point. I have a philosophy in fitness and wellness that there's a monumental difference between stopping and being done. At each and every single interval today, Dr. Catherine Dietrich over here is going to be done. And I expect you guys to push yourself at home to get to the point you're done. Again, even that's just 10 seconds of this interval, even if it's just 15-second interval. The cool thing about doing a home workout is you can push yourself and fuel yourself as much as possible. You can frown, you can grit, you can yell, you can scream, you can crank your music up, you can do whatever you want, but make sure you bring it today. All right, so we're going to get Kat warmed up. First 2 exercises that we're going to do is going to be a push-up. So just a regular push-up. Before we get into the push-up specific exercise, what I want everybody to do, common misconception about push-ups is you want to come from right here. We're going to drive your hands through your rib cage. So at all point in time, you want to tuck your shoulder blades, pack them down. You want to squeeze your shoulder blades back, push from right there. Now, this is going to be a little bit foreign to some of you guys because a lot of push-ups have always been done through your shoulders. We're really trying to emphasize that push. So if you got kids at home, or if your husband upsets you, or if your wife upsets you, just give them a little shove. Hey, get out of my way. Where are you going to shove from? You're going to shove from up here. You're going to shove from down there. That's how we're going to do our push-ups. But first 2 exercises, and I'll stop talking once we get into it. We're going to do just a regular push-up, so a little bit wider than normal grip. So drop down. I don't know if you guys can see me. Make sure you drop down, drive up, keep your eyes forward the entire time. Then our second exercise with your dumbbells or with the resistance bands like I described, and I'll use these while Kat's actually doing the rows themselves. We're going to bend over, sit down, drive the dumbbells from here straight up. So we're not going back with them necessarily. We're going straight up, getting a little bit of anterior deltoid engagement, but a lot of rhomboid engagement. Kat, you ready?
Ready.
It's game time. You guys ready at home? All right, here we go. 40 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 4 times through these exercises in 3, 2, 1, go. So Kat started off with good form. However, we're doing regular push-ups. So Kat, I want you to widen up your hands, widen up your stance just a little bit. There you go. Now watch the fluidity between each and every single one of Kat's push-ups. It's like a tidal wave. She's riding that wave. She goes down. She comes right back up. She goes down. She comes right back up. Now, while Kat's starting to get a little fatigued, even though she's a beast, I want to show you guys, drop down to your knees, Kat. So the second she dropped down her knees, the most important thing is you didn't see her hips float up as she's doing the push-up. She's initiating that push-up from the exact same position. However, she's just not utilizing the weight of her legs to drive through that push-up. All right, 10-second break, Kat. Here we go. Up on the bench, wide grip rows, elbows up. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go. Nope, so hands about wide, squeeze straight up. So just straight up. There we go, right there. So she's keeping a super wide angle with her elbows driving straight up. So the angle that she's looking for is not here right now, but to squeeze straight up. Yeah, that's a tough exercise, isn't it? So she's pulling 20s right now because Kat's a beast, but you can see with that timer clicking down right now, she's got about 15 seconds left, but she's hitting max peak reps right now. Kat, you done yet? Not yet. That's what I'm talking about. Difference between stopping and being done, you guys. Make sure you're being done. You're not just stopping. 3, 2, 1. All right, Kat gets a 10-second break. You get a 10-second break. So now we're going to switch back up. We're going to do push-ups again. So Kat's fatigued right now. So I'm going to have her start off down on her knees. One of the things I want to talk about, rock and roll, Kat. One of the things I want to talk about right now when it comes to these push-ups is initiation and engagement. So it doesn't matter if you're on your toes, if you're on your knees. What she's doing is she's driving through the exact same position each and every single one of these repetitions. And you'll notice as she floats down, her legs start to arch back and forth, back and forth. That's because she's got strong core integrity. She's keeping her hips forward, chest up, eyes up the entire time. Her elbows, you can't really see on that camera angle, but her elbows are driving back through her rib cage each and every single repetition. Dad, I know you're a beast at push-ups, but it feels good to do them on your knees, right? A little modification with that. All right, switch it up. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, go. All right, rock and roll, Kat. Let me turn the volume up so we can actually get the sounds of these dings. There we go. Oh, beast mode. Like I said, at any point in time, if these weights get a little bit too heavy, lighten them up. While she's doing this exercise, I want to demonstrate real quick how you can utilize these bands. So Kat's in a seated position. So it's a little bit tough to do a seated position row with bands. But what's really cool about these is if you flip around, I don't know if we can see that on the video. Flip around, you make a loop, you step on that loop. Now we're squeezing up and getting just as much pressure with those dumbbells. Good job, Kat. All right, switch it up. Back to your push-ups. There's the sound for you guys at home. Make it a little bit easier to switch and transition. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go, Kat. Drive. Drive. You see that power? You see that engagement? Again, Kat's a beast. We've been working together for a long time. But if you're at home and you're just starting off, don't let it get in your head if you can't do as many push-ups as Kat. This is a lifelong journey. This is a lifelong process. Kat, a year and a half ago, could not do this many push-ups, even down on her knees. But now she's stayed consistent. She's stuck with it. She's engaged. She's focused. But I say again, even if you can just do 5, if you can do 4, any one of that algorithm and that number is totally fine. Just push yourself to that point where you're capable at that point in time. As you progress, you'll get stronger, you'll get better. At no point in time should any one of these workouts or any one of these exercises ever be easy. You should always push yourself to the point where you physically almost can't do another single rep. Right, Kat? How are we feeling? Oh, we're getting after it. Say something at home for the people, Kat.
I'm having fun.
You're having fun. We might have a different definition of fun, but we love it. We love this stuff. Health and wellness. It's a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong process. There you go, Kat. Now, what she's getting into right now is those weights are getting a little bit heavy, but I like what she's doing right now. She's doing what's called partial repetitions. So the weights have still got a little bit too heavy to drive all the way up, but she's still contracting through those rear delts and those rhomboids. 3, 2, 1. Good job, Kat. All right, switch it up. Back to the push-em-ups. How we feeling, homegirl?
Tired.
Tired, but good, right? 3, 2, 1, go. So again, I know I'm talking a lot about this. You can't really see Kat right now. Let's angle this up just a little bit. So while I'm angling this up, you can see she's driving down as far as she possibly can. Her elbows are driving back. They're initiating through her rib cage, not her shoulders. Even with her knees, that's a good position to be in with her knees locked, rather her ankles locked back behind her. You see a pendulum effect happening as she goes down and as she goes up with that initiation of her glutes and her core the entire time. Perfect job on those push-ups, Kat. Way to get after it, sister. Awesome job. All right, back up, Catherine. Sorry, I moved that camera around on you guys. Let's angle this just a little bit better. There we go. Perfect job, Cat. Keep breathing, keep driving, keep pushing. I know you're going to hate me, sister, but I want you to angle down a little bit further. So as you start to get tired, guys, your body has a natural self-preservation mode. What I just did for Cat is I had her lean a little bit further forward because as you start to get tired, your body has what's called the natural self-preservation mode where it wants to initiate and start to engage bigger muscle groups throughout each and every single one of these movements. And you don't really want to try to initiate we don't want to sacrifice weight for reps. So if you need to drop down the weight just a little bit, that's totally fine. Good job, Cat. All right, 35-second break. So now Cat's next two exercises and your next two exercises, we're going to do a military style push-up. So exactly what Cat was just doing, but the initiation and the engagement is going to come from right here now. So we're going to tuck our elbows in as much as possible to drive through that rib cage ever still. But now we're getting a little bit more of a tricep exercise. Then we're going to go right into a reverse grip standing row. So we're going to go right here, squeeze up and straight back. And again, trying to keep a straight back the entire time. Here we go, Cat. 3, 2, 1, go. Perfect job. Elbows tight. Try to angle this for you guys just a little bit better so you can see Cat. There we go. Get those elbows a little bit tighter, Cat. A little bit tighter. There we go. So you see what happened just right now. That was awesome, Cat. So the second I told her to drive her elbows in just a little bit further, these push-ups are a little bit harder than a regular style push-up. Cat, what happened the second I told you to bring your elbows in? What did you do?
Went down to my knees.
Went down to her knees. So Cat doesn't care. She doesn't have an ego. She's not going to just try to muscle all these push-ups out to prove to you guys at home that she can. She's trying to get maximum peak capacity out of these exercises. All right, standing reverse grip rows. Cat can do a ton of pull-ups too. She's dropped down to the 15-pound dumbbell. So that shows you guys at home that you don't necessarily need a heavy weight, especially for this style of workout. And this style of workout is high-intensity interval training. So high-intensity interval training, you're encompassing it. You're feeling the sensation of it right now. That 40 seconds, you raise that heart rate as much as possible. Get a little bit of a 10-second break. So it dips down ever so slightly, but it maintains and stays consistent the entire time. So not only are we building up muscle integrity, we're building up cardiovascular endurance. There you go, Cat. Perfect job. Try to keep that back straight. Same thing at home, guys. Try not to try not to jump the weight up. You want to squeeze the weight up the entire time. Just like that. Good job, sister. Let's have you come back here just a little bit. Right there. There we go. That's where we're going to do our push-up from. Now you'll be able to see beast mode engage every single one of these push-ups. Perfect job, Cat. All right. So again, I'm beating a dead horse talking about Cat's form right now, but look how her elbows are tucked into her rib cage as she's doing each and every single repetition. There you go, Cat. Good job. How are we feeling?
Tired.
Tired. Hopefully at home you're tired as well. Stick with Cat. Come on, you got this. Every rep counts. Every second, every rep. Again, if you can't get as many push-ups as Cat, that's totally fine. Give yourself a break. Give yourself allowances. Make sure you stick with that timer the entire time. But if you can only do 5 push-ups, awesome. Just do the 5 push-ups, then take the rest of the time off. Good job, Cat. All right. Reverse grip, bend over rows. Sorry, you guys at home, I didn't have the actual sound on for your timer quite yet, but we got it now. So for that first minute or so, I apologize if you do this workout again, you'll be ready and set. But if you're already halfway through it, that first set, you just got to watch the timer just a little bit better. There you go, Cat. Perfect job. So what Cat was just doing right now, I don't know if you guys picked up on that. She was looking into the camera frame itself for no other reason than I guarantee she was trying to focus on her form, wanted to make sure she wasn't jerking the weight up, that she was squeezing the weight up. So while you're at home, make sure, grab some sort of mirror, grab a phone, video yourself, however you want to do it. Make sure to look and check your form the entire time. Consistency is key and fluidity is key throughout all these exercises. We don't want to sacrifice form for more reps. We don't want to sacrifice weight for more reps. Yeah, there we go. That's a deep elbow drive. Awesome job. Keep grinding, keep pushing. There you go. Glutes tucked in, core tight the entire time. I cannot overemphasize that enough. At home, guys, within your push-up, if we don't want to engage through our anterior deltoid, meaning the front of your shoulder, and you want to initiate that drive through your chest the entire time, you got to do just like Cat and just keep those elbows centered. So you'll see as my elbows come up, my elbow starts to drive further up, encompassing my chest muscle, but we're always starting from a deep elbow drive. So there's all just chest contraction the entire time. Yeah, how we feeling? Feeling like a beast. You guys at home too, give yourself a pat on the back. We're getting after it. Good job. Keep grinding, keep pushing. There we go. Perfect job. Sets and reps. See, look at her. She's checking herself out in the camera again. Not for vanity, but for no other reason. She wants to keep those reps fluid, down and up, down and up. I'll tell you what, as my hand's moving up, it's just like a tidal wave. It's going up and down the entire time. She's riding that wave of gains, and she's bringing it back. She's riding that wave of gains. She's bringing it right back. There you go, Cat. Breathe the entire time. Same thing at home, guys. Don't forget, one of the most important things about exercise is breathing. I know you got to keep your core tight. You got to keep your trunk engaged. You can keep your trunk engaged whilst breathing the entire time too. Never negate the fact that your body needs oxygen. Don't hold your breath, right, Cat? Awesome. So we were just talking about modifications right before we started this video. Cat got to the point, her triceps and her chest are absolutely fried right now. So if you've got a bench, if you've got something at home, if you've got a stack of books, whatever you can find, she's offering a lot more angulation to her push-up. So it's reducing the amount of weight that she's actually pushing up off of the floor. But one of the things I do like about this modification is she's getting even a little bit more chest engagement than she was when she was down on the floor. You feel that more through your chest and your triceps, right, Kat? So it's that angulation. She's deeper down. Her arms are coming way further down now. Instead of from right here, they're super deep. Good job, Catherine. How are we feeling, sister?
Tired. Good.
It's got to make you guys feel good at home, too. When you go in and you listen to Dr. Catherine Dietrich and she's telling you, you know, we're going to do this, that, the third with your nutrition, she does the same thing. She puts herself through the paces. So
Trust me, guys, Greg does not take it easy on me. Never.
So I want you guys to take that mentality through this video at home as well. Don't take it easy on yourself. Pretend like I'm in your home right now, yelling and screaming at you. Come on, you at home online, get after it. Row. Come on, Cat, row. 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 There it is. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, Cat, you got it, you got it. All right, 35-second break. So our next two exercises, sticking with the push-ups, we're going to do a wide flat push-up. So it's exactly how you've been doing these push-ups the entire time. But now what we're going to do to get in position, we're going to stack our hands on top of one another while you're laying down on the ground. Where your elbows land is where you're going to place your hands for these push-ups. Then we're going to do a supinated row. So our dumbbells are going to be right here. And we're going to squeeze up and twist up. Drop down, squeeze up, and twist up. All right, Cat, here we go, sister. Cat got off frame just a little bit. She grabbed a little sip of water. If you guys want to have your water right next to you, that's totally fine. You're not being filmed right now. There you go, Cat. There you go. See the max integrity of Dr. Catherine Dietrich right now. Her chest is fried, but guess what? She wanted to challenge herself. She knew it would have been easier to start doing these push-ups down on her knees. But again, going to the whole antithesis of why you're watching this video, why you wanted to go to talk to Dr. Catherine Dietrich. You wanted to grind, you want to push. So with that being said, you want to try to maximize your effort in each and every single set, every single rep. So she started on her toes. Then once she did as many as she could with good form, she immediately dropped down to her knees to maintain that integrity of that push-up the entire time. There we go, it's just a perfect job. So as she's doing these rows, you notice she comes down, palms are going to be facing towards her. As she comes up, she does what's called a supination where her elbows twist. So this just engages a lot more of the back muscles. So Cat, real quick, versus the rear grip row, reverse grip row, this is a little bit easier, right?
A little bit.
It's a little bit easier. It's difficult. It's challenging her heart rate right now, her cardiovascular system. But with the engagement of all the different muscles as we supinate up, it's getting a little bit more difficult. And one of the cool things about all the exercises that we're doing today is you don't need a ton of weight. 3, 2, 1. All right, switch it up. What I mean by that with it, don't need a ton of weight, is the amount of time that we're hitting these sets and these reps. It's a little bit more volume strength training than it is really bodybuilding, you are going to get maximum benefit out of doing these exercises with lightweight. But as long as you maintain the form and integrity the entire time. Kat, again, I'm gassing her up right now. And it's not to make anybody feel bad at home. It's just to give you an idea of why this workout works and it's going to work out for you at home. When Kat and I do our one-on-one session, normally with a lot of the different exercises that we're doing, she's lifting 35, 40, and 45-pound dumbbells. Right now, she started off with a set of 20s that have now been collecting dust because she knows that it's extremely difficult. So now she's doing 15-pound dumbbells. Whoops, sorry, guys, got a text message that jumped off there. Good. So, yeah, you don't need more than about 15 pounds right now, do you? So utilizing this method, if you've only got a set of 10-pound dumbbells, that's totally fine. If you haven't been to the gym for a while, if you're not as proficient, totally fine. Again, just grab those 10s, do as many reps as you possibly can. We all started somewhere. We all have a journey. We all know what it takes to get to where we want to go. So again, stay humble, stay happy that you started, and then just push yourself. Make sure you try each and every single round. One of the biggest things too, I don't want you guys to do at home, is pause this video. If you have to pause it, try as hard as you can to make sure that it's for number one, a good reason, or two, that you're not resting for too long. When I say that, I mean no longer than 10 seconds, pause that video. Now, if you gotta go to the bathroom, if the kids are crying, if somebody's at the front door, that's totally different. But as far as your integrity for these exercises, make sure you maintain a consistent balance. Try as hard as you can. Right there, you saw Kat. So if you're confused a little bit at this point about hand placement, she right away stacked her hands. Where her elbows landed on the carpet is exactly where she positioned her hand. Because everybody's got a different body makeup. Elbows, arms, legs, hips, everything. Legs can be longer than your upper torso. So you always, for you at home, there's no fine-tuned algorithm for where your push-ups are going to come from until you stack your hands on top of one another. There you go, Kat. Keep that fluidity going. Keep that fluidity going. 3, 2, 1, switch. At her next set of push-ups, I'm going to have her do a heavy modification. So for a lot of you guys at home, at this point, your chest is fried, and I don't want you to get debilitated, and I don't want you to feel any sort of way about not being able to do as many push-ups as Kat. So, Kat, your next set of push-ups, what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you focus on the negative portion of the push-up. So what Kat's going to do is she's going to go down as slow as she can. Then she's going to roll through her hips to drive herself up, back up. Then she's going to focus on the negative again. So she's not going to necessarily focus on what's called the concentric portion of the contraction. She's going to focus on the eccentric portion, meaning she's stretching the muscle out instead of pulsing through and engaging through it. So it's just going to offer that benefit of being able to drop down into the push-up, keeping that engagement. Honestly, you're going to be able to go a little bit further than normal, but she's going to roll through her hips. So I'll show you guys exactly what I mean. She's going to drop down very slow. Then she's going to roll up through her hips, then come back up, focus on that negative. So again, when she comes down, she's going to drop down. Perfect job. Focusing on that negative, focusing on that negative. Now she's just going to roll through her hips, up through her knees. Now she's focusing on the negative, focusing on the eccentric portion. You can also do this on your knees. Show them on your knees too, Kat. Drop down, focus on that eccentric portion. Perfect job, perfect job. Now roll through your hips, come back up. There you go, perfect job. You're initiating the push through your hips instead of your arms at this point. This is a really good modification for when those push-ups start to get a little bit too insurmountable and a little bit too tough. Roll through those hips, drive back up. That felt good, didn't it, Kat? Gave you a little break at this point. How many push-ups do you think we've done so far?
No idea.
All of them. So what I mean by that, you guys at home, when I say to Kat, Kat, how many push-ups did we do today?
All of them.
All of them. Why I want people to say all of them? Number one, don't put a number in your head. Don't try to count to that number. It's a placebo effect. Once you get to that number, you might tell yourself, oh, I'm done. But you just stopped. You weren't necessarily done yet. So when I say to Kat, how many push-ups are you going to do?
All of them.
All of them. That is ever encompassing for each and every single individual person. For one person, it might be an ungodly amount of push-ups. For me, it might be even just 10 push-ups, 12 push-ups. But I'm going to do all of the push-ups that I can do. Kat is going to do all of the push-ups that she can do. Awesome job. Oh, we're not finished yet. Sorry, guys at home, I messed up. Actually, that fits into our timing. Whoopsies. So I lied to you guys. At this point, you're thinking, oh, this is amazing. I had intended to do 4 different sets of 2 different exercises. But as far as the algorithm that Kat was looking for and you guys were looking for, that was a 20-minute workout that we already just blasted through. At this point right now, Kat, again, this is a nice little treat for you guys at home thinking, holy moly, Cal, I've got one more set to go through this. That was a great total body, back, and chest exercise utilizing your own push-up weight and light dumbbells. How do you feel right now, Kat?
Oh, tired.
I know we thought we were going to do another set of 2 exercises, but boy, howdy. Awesome job at home today, guys. So now I want to show you guys how to stretch out your chest and your back. So Kat, stand up. What we're going to do is we're going to reach back behind our back, pin your hands together right down here, pull down low. If you got to grab your fingertips, that's totally fine. Pull down low. Bring your chest up, exaggerate that posture to really just pull through your chest and release all that lactic acid that we just built up. Again, sorry guys, I thought we had another set to get to, but we got 20 minutes of work in. Kat, how you feeling?
Good, really good.
Awesome. Have anything to say for the kids at home?
No, just give it a try, keep at it, and if you can't go the full 40 seconds, that's okay. Do whatever you can do. Take a second, 2 seconds, take a break, and then go right back to it.
Exactly.
You can only do 1 rep, just do 1 rep, and then wait, do another rep. So
100%, and that just capitalized on what I said at the very beginning of the video, is it doesn't matter if you can do 1 now or 10 now, just as long as you stay consistent, keep after it, because eventually you'll be able to do more. At no point in time should these exercises ever be easy or should these workouts ever be easy. They should always challenge you. With challenge comes change. So I'm Greg Dickey at Fit 406 Boot Camp, Dr. Catherine Dietrich with Discrete Reductions. Have an awesome day, you guys.
thank you.